So we are honored to have with us Professor Ora Setter, who is the chairperson of the Buddhist Psychology School at the TelAviv University. She has over 10 years of experience, industry experience, including experience at the executive level. She's also been the managing director of an internet startup firm, and she specializes in management consulting and is currently here at MDI for the faculty training program. Thank you, ma'am.
Apart from the teaching methods that are followed in Israel, how are the teaching methods that you think are in MDI different?
How are they different in Israel? I'm not sure that they are so different. I think when I see what is being learned here and what is being learned there, it's the subject matters are quite the same. I participated in some classes of my colleagues, and I recognized myself there standing and saying some of the things the same. And I think that it's a very good university, and like any other university in the world, it's not very good.
Ma'am, do you face any cultural barriers while in your line of work, and how do you overcome them?
Being Israeli means that we are more direct, we say what we think, and we are much less polite than the Indians. So for me, coming here means that I have to think how I'm talking, not to hurt the relations and not to hurt people. But apart from that, in different places, not in MDI, I found some cultural barriers in relations to time, to commitments, to promises, and to contracts. Here, when I came here, it was, I said to my friends, it's the most Israeli Indian university that I've seen. I've really seen this. Of course, there are things which are much better than our country, like the beautiful treatment I got here. And I think what is also similar to my culture, and probably to yours, is that we get friendly very quick. And India is very hospitable. Here was very hospitable. So for me, maybe because it's not the first time I'm here, I really felt very quickly. So, very few barriers.
And how has your experience been in training faculty, and how is it different in general from training experience?
My meeting with the faculty. Whenever you enter a class, no matter who is there, students are students. So people get into the mood, and of course when you work with faculty, they're hearing from two different spaces, from the new space of what is happening here, and then as a teacher, would I do the same? Would it be different if I do it? So it's a bit more complicated. But I felt faculty were quite surprisingly so cooperative and willing to go to the crazy things that I offered, and it was very interesting, very interesting.
And what is the difference in the education system? I mean, the TelAviv University as compared to the MDI?
A lot of differences, because you have to take into consideration that in Israel, students begin their university education at the age of 22, 23. Because after high school they go to the army. 2 or 3 years, or 3 or 4 years, depending if you're taking an officer course. And then usually you want to get away from it for a while, you take a tour probably to India or something like that. So you start your undergraduate studies quite late. and there's no full-time, almost no full-time studies. So our MBA studies are part-time. They are working, most of them, I think 90% of them are working, and they have less patience for long processes. They want to know now, very practical, and they know what we are talking about because they have quite extensive experience of the army and football. So the education system is different. We teach at different hours. Most of our teaching is after 4 o'clock, allowing students to work. And classes are, a bit less, probably homework, a bit probably less reading, but demands are extremely high. So they need in a shorter time to go over, learn, and succeed. But because Israelis are very trained in going straight to the point, then I think that so that's in the educational system. My university, it's an all faculties university, so business school is only part of it, small part, not such a small part. In our faculty we have more than 2,000 students, more than 100 PhDs, only business. And overall we have more than 20,000 students in the fine arts, the sciences, medicine, etc. So it's much larger. And of course, because we are a smaller country, much smaller country, probably half Delhi, then less competition between universities, and much less competition between students. A lot of work together, a lot of cooperation. And actually they just want to finish to have their MBA and go on. I was once, actually it's my third visit to MDI. First time I came here just to meet, because when I was the head of the Executive Education Center in Tel Aviv, I thought that we need to connect to Indian universities, and I was offered by the Israeli embassy to visit MDI, and I did, and I really liked it because it's an amazing place, and the people that I met were very nice, and I realized and I thought that it's a serious university because I met few others which I felt are less serious. And second time I came here was with a group of Israeli corporation. There were executives from that corporation, and we were here doing a joint program, program for them here in MDI, and then some of the faculty came with us to Bangalore. But being here now for more than a month, and being inside is a totally different experience. I can say, unfortunately, only good things about the students and the way they are learning, and the teachers. I was so impressed. We had so many professional conversation, and I felt like that. And of course, place. So, there's what's here inside, and there are things that outside here. So sometimes the outer world comes in, like when there's a lot of noise outside, but usually it feels like an island. Wonderful.
So apart from your professional work, what takes up your personal time?
In my life? Family, lots of 4 kids, 3 grandchildren, painting. I'm doing, even here I did some painting. I bought some colors and did some painting, and a lot of photography. Actually I had some exhibitions in Israel. So it's an amazing way of different way of looking. For example, as a photographer, I look at the light of India. It has a different qualities than the light of Israel. Mainly in the morning and the afternoon, it's softer light. So I don't think I would have seen it and noticed it if I was not looking at sometimes from my lenses. But, that's what I'm doing. The other things that I'm doing. And I read huge amount of materials and books and whatever kind. So that's what I'm doing. I think you were lucky here. There's one more difference, by the way, because I think you are selected here. I think it's one of 1,000 that is from the applications.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, that's very different from us, and I think that it shows.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.